Rise from your graves, boys and ghouls, for spooky, haunted, skeleton, bat noise, pumpkin, creaky door sound effect season is upon us. That's right, it's October, which means brand new video games, and a whole lot of them at that. Here are the biggest games coming out between now and Halloween. On October 1st, Super Mario might be getting on in years, but he's showing he's still young and hip and with it by throwing his iconic red hat into the Battle Royale arena in Super Mario Bros. 35, which pits 35 players against each other as they race to the finish of the original game. That is free for Nintendo Switch Online members. Also out on Switch that day are a port of the 2006 action RPG Origin and turn-based tactical World War II RPG Warsaw, which also hits Xbox a day later. On October 2nd, turn off your targeting computer and lock your S-foils into attack position for Star Wars Squadrons on Xbox One, PS4, and PC with full VR support on PSVR and PC headsets. If that sounds too nausea-inducing, pull on some jorts and whip that shirt off because it's time to shotgun some Wumpa fruits in the long-awaited Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. That's on PS4 and Xbox One. If Crash was never your thing and you don't like Star Wars, be cool, relax, and get ready to go full Freddy with Let's Sing Queen on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. On October 5th, pixel art platformer Foregone comes to Xbox One, PS4, and Switch, and on the 6th, self-explanatory Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix hits all those consoles I just listed, and boy, I can't wait until next month when there are 2 other brand new consoles I also have to list. Hey, if you want to play a brand new video game about kids attending wizard school without giving your money to a mean transphobic lady who's already very rich, check out the indie turn-based tactical RPG Eichenfeld. That's available on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Also coming to those platforms is the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath All Hallows Eve skin pack in case those regular Mortal Kombat costumes were just too ordinary for you. Motorcycle racing game Ride 4 comes squealing onto Xbox One, PS4, and PC, probably waking up all of its neighbors in the process. Story-driven post-robot apocalypse adventure The Uncertain Light at the End hits PC. Slow-mo virtual reality bullet hell Blast On comes to PC headsets, and you can experience a fraction of how hard it is to make all of these games in Game Dev Tycoon, which is now on Switch. On October 9th, Ben 10 Power Trip totally misses the opportunity to have a release date that rhymes with the name of the series. Seriously, they could have waited one day and had Ben 10 on 1010, which would have been adorable. Speaking of adorable, the Survivalist takes the popular escapist formula and strands it on a desert island. Both those are on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and also out that day is FIFA 21 on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and hopefully there is some sort of recap video to explain why everyone is kicking this ball, so anyone who hasn't played the last 27 years of FIFA games isn't confused. There's just so much FIFA lore, it's quite daunting. Whether you want to fight for freedom wherever there's trouble, or just shout at your TV about pork chop sandwiches and body massages, G.I. Joe Operation Blackout is there. Bringing the IDW comic series based on the beloved Reagan-era cartoon series that also inspired a bunch of weird internet videos to life as a team-based third-person shooter. Me, I'm just messing with you, kid. That's out October 13th. Anyway, if you want to fight actual reptiles rather than an evil snake-themed organization, Second Extinction comes to PC on October 13th, letting you shoot a load of dinosaurs, and then there's also JRPG-inspired Wood Salt, which is on PC and Switch. On the 14th, put on your cowboy hat, bikini, and/or schoolgirl outfit and get ready to dismember more hordes of zombies in Onechanbara Origin on PS4 and PC. And if that sounds silly, there's also real-time tactical World War II action with stealth elements in Partisans 1941 on PC. Then on the 15th, there's more real-time strategy on a much larger scale with way more sandals in Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Also on the 15th, cyberpunk neo-noir delivery game Cloudpunk, roguelike dungeon crawler card game Ring of Pain, Space Crew, the strategic survival follow-up to Bomber Crew, and of course, loud-ass big-wheeled muddy buddy truck fights in Monster Truck Championship. October 16th, prepare to rip up your carpet and rearrange the furniture to turn your entire living room into Rainbow Road with Mario Kart Live Home Circuit Edition, proving that Nintendo is the only one who can pull off toys to life in 2020. On October 20th, prepare to soil your undergarments with a double feature of survival horror spookiness with Amnesia Rebirth, which is on PC and PS4, and Remothered Broken Porcelain, which is on both of those platforms, as well as Xbox One and Switch. Doom Eternal gets its first DLC with Ancient Gods Part 1, and then of course there's Drome Swore, which comes swarming onto PC. look, they can't all be winners. On the 23rd, the Autobots transform and roll out once again, this time in a real-time tactical strategic fashion for Transformers Battlegrounds, which is on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Then on the 27th, if you'd rather act out a battle of good and evil from 35 years ago that's centered around teenagers from the San Fernando Valley rather than talking cars, there's also Cobra Kai: The Karate Kid Saga Continues, which is on PS4 and Xbox One. There's also fast-paced cyberpunk first-person parkour slasher jumper Ghost Runner, which comes wall-running onto both those consoles and PC, and verbosely titled JRPG The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel 4, which drags all 11 of its syllables onto PS4, along with the adorable and short and sweet puzzle adventure Carto, which is also on PC. And finally, World of Warcraft gets its Shadowlands expansion, but if you're still playing World of Warcraft in 2020, you probably already knew about that. On the 28th, launch yourself into orbit with Agos, a game of space, on PC VR, or point and click on some Lovecraftian horrors in Gibbowe, a Cthulhu adventure, which comes to Switch. Then on the 29th, there's third-person survival horror Song of Horror Complete Edition for PS4 and Xbox One, and Watch Dogs Legion, the long-awaited third installment of Ubisoft's open-world hack-and-shoot series on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, which is also going to be available for PS5 and Xbox Series X next month at launch. On October 30th, the Dark Pictures Anthology gets another installment with Little Hope on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and Nintendo's giving Switch owners Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Wii U owners some more salt to rub in the wound of having to rebuy yet another game that they supported last generation. And finally, incomprehensibly busy-looking strategy game Auto Chess hits PS4, and the following games do not have release dates as of me recording this: Book of Travels and Calico for PC, Maid of Scare's Switch release, and the Medieval Season 2 update for Fall Guys. I will be back next month with probably the longest episode of the year, since there are 2 whole brand new friggin' consoles launching, along with the usual launch lineup, as well as the usual mountain of holiday releases that all the publishers are trying to shove out before people do their Christmas shopping. And hey, while I still have your attention, if you live in the United States, please make sure you're registered to vote and informed on where and how to do so when the time comes, because knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe! And as always, if I forgot something, mispronounced a title, or pissed you off by cracking too many jokes, or just screwed it up in some other way, let me know in the comments, or you could always just say something nice instead. Here, I'll go first. You watched this whole video, and I really appreciate that you took the time to do that. Thank you for watching. Meet me back here in a month for November's holiday madness.